Hello, welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I'm Terry. This is Jen,
Hello.
and let's do tradition. Hello in chat to Blue Eyed Scream, who is apparently the only person watching at the moment. So hello, Blue Eyed Scream.
I feel a little
Um,
bit bad because I took your first place because I feel like being the only person who's legitimately here, you should get like legitimate
oh
first.
yeah. Well, I mean, Hammer used to steal it from everyone because he used to do the little smiley face to show that he successfully set up the stream. So Hammer always got first place because no one would know the stream was there until after he posted the link, and by that time he'd already done his smiley face.
Yeah, it
So
always makes me wonder how much he knew that he was doing that.
ah, I mean, I don't think it matters. I don't think getting first is significant. I think it's funny that it turned into a trend, but I don't think anyone should be like genuinely upset that they didn't get to make the first comment. I think that'd be a bit much.
Even then, I think that's just algorithm and the speed of the internet. Like, I actually
Yeah.
thought that was the joke, was just like, if you actually do make it first, that's like a miracle because
Well, no, it's usually it's to show I'm such a big fan. I clicked on that notification before anybody else. Like I'm the biggest Asmongold fan in the world. That's how quick I clicked that notification. And I mean, I think it's silly. I think I'm not competing for first in any video that I ever watch. I'll watch it when I get to it. I don't need to be the first. I'm not going to impress Leaflet with the speed with which I click her links. It's not going to happen. Um, so yeah, no, I was just like, if I watch it even like the next day, that's fine. I actually prefer it because then there's more comments for me to read.
Well, for me, it was the beginning of the internet all the way up to now. So
Yeah,
say I go onto a channel or a video and it does say zero, like no
yeah,
one's viewed it yet. Say I were to type out first in the comment section, by the time I've written first for some people,
yeah,
they've already had 200 people watch their video.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I kind of get amused. Like if I
Mhm.
hit my homepage and it says, Smugglana, and then it says like 20 seconds ago. Like, huh, imagine that. Look at the timing. I hit it at the exact right time to see that on my homepage. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh, I must click it immediately. So there's a chance I can get the first. No, I don't care. I'll probably watch it in 3 or 4 hours when I finish watching everything else I want to watch.
I just that's why I'm amused by the whole thing. I'm just like, okay,
Yeah,
listen, when you know that the whole thing is that fast, that means no, I wasn't the first. That means I was the first amongst 200 people to catch it at the same
yeah,
time.
exactly.
And and
Um,
Lord forbid somebody's a speed typer.
yeah. But yeah, so the official topics for the stream we have Oddity, which is Christopher Nolan has released a movie that vaguely resembles the Odyssey, and people have very mixed opinions on it. I'm sure you've all seen, and by all I mean Blue Eyed Scream. Uh, you've all seen the video of the transgender guy with the blue hair who looks exactly like the Soy Jack meme, screeching she. Um, I just found that absolutely hilarious. And finally, we have Pasta Olive Garden. Because it requires you to show ID to use its never-ending Pasta Pass, it actually has tighter security on its Pasta Pass than the government has for its elections, which I think is hilarious.
So I don't know if it's just Olive Garden, but lately there's been a trend on the TikTok of people doing dine dashes.
Oh
So I,
God,
I I could see it being a mixture of something like that because it's not just like dine and dash at a restaurant. It's similar behavior at grocery stores, etc. So I could see people doing stuff
yeah,
like that at Olive
that's.
Garden.
I just think it's common sense. I think if you've got a thing that says I paid this much money to eat as much pasta as I want, then obviously the company doesn't want you giving that to your friends so they can also eat unlimited pasta. It's like the whole point is that it's per person. That's like their entire business model is priced around it being a single person. So yeah, of course they're going to make sure that the person asking for free food is the person who's already prepaid. But I just think it's funny that the government is like, an ID to vote? That's racist.
Yep.
Oh, and hello to JB. And Blue Ice Cream says she has seen it multiple times, and it's funny every time. Yes, yeah, that video is hilarious. And she also says Terry watches all of the VTubers. I watch 3. I watch Leaflet. I watch Mizuki. I watch Smugglana. Sometimes I'll watch Kirsha, so maybe like 3.5. But Kirsha tends to be a bit dry for me because she's more like a news show rather than an entertainment show a lot of the time. So
the only one that I find myself watching is Cinevere, and that's probably because of Leon.
Okay. See, I don't even know who that is. So there goes me watching all the VTubers. I mean, obviously, V himself used to be a VTuber, so he no longer uses the troll except for when he's streaming with Amalgamite. Oh, there you go. There's another VTuber I know the name of, but I only watch Amalgamite when she's co-hosting with V. But yeah,
but also Nux, he technically counts.
Who?
Nuxanor.
Yeah, he does.
Not everybody likes Nux, but I
mean, but I haven't watched Nux in a long time. He just kind of fell out of my algorithm, and I like the guy, but I mean, not enough to actively seek out his content. It's not like I was like,
he was.
You know who I haven't seen in a while. Whereas if I didn't see Asmon for like 2 or 3 days, I'd be like, I'm gonna go check on what Asmon's posting because I'd be concerned that I hadn't seen Asmon for a few days.
Yeah, with Nuxanor, I think it started off with he did take a holiday, and then when he got back, YouTube basically canceled all of his stuff on YouTube.
Yes.
So like he can still upload his videos and stuff, but he's unmonetized. So I think he's basically doing all his streams on Kick.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if you're a content creator, like a professional content creator where this is your job, you can't take holidays.
Yeah.
You cannot. I know everyone likes holidays and probably psychologically need holidays, but if you take like an extended absence of making content, the algorithm will forget you and you will just lose all momentum that your career had. So yeah, I understand the desire for a holiday, but you can't afford it.
It depends entirely on your setup and how good your mods really are. Yeah. Because if they can flood the algorithm, it will catch. But you have to have that.
Yeah, what you need to do is if you want to go on a holiday, you need to pre-record enough content to last the entire duration of your holiday. Like still tell your audience that you're on holiday and that they're watching pre-recorded content. But then you can say on like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or whatever your upload schedule is, get the auto uploader to like automatically upload content. That's the only way you can have a holiday. It's the only way it works because if you go like an entire week without uploading a video, yeah, no one's going to know when you actually post the next one.
I'm pretty sure that's what he did do, but I think it was just that like he was away on that holiday when they demonetized him. So I think it's like he had all his videos going, but then he came back to that, and I got the impression because he does streams with Tectone and Jake Monroe.
Yeah, I like both of those guys. But again, I don't watch a lot of Tectone. He just hasn't shown up on my YouTube
algorithm.
Yeah, I do like Jake though. Jake's pretty cool.
I think he was gutted for like a month. Like, yeah, he had his holiday, and you're not wrong about the uploads and stuff. I think he was just like, shit, what the fuck do I do?
So Blue Eyed Screamy in chat says she's going down the VTuber rabbit hole. I wonder if that's a subtle hint that she's watching Pipkin Pippa because I think she's a rabbit. But yeah, no, I can give you recommendations. Like I don't watch these people, but I follow them on Twitter. So like people like Powder and Banana Juju. They're very interesting Twitter follows. So I'm assuming that their YouTube content is going to equally be good. But there's Ember Paradox. And the only reason I know who that is because she constantly rates Mizuki on Kick. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of good YouTubers. They're not all lefty retards, despite what they try and convince you of.
I also know some of these people, but I know them through side scrollers.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Side scrollers is another place to see them. Um, if you like the more drama side of things, you've got people like Rev Says Desu and Hero
Mhm.
Hey that cover a lot of like, I mean, like
The
YouTuber
dramas.
drama and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
They'll still
Um,
cover other things too, but
yeah, of
they
course,
cover
like
that
that's like
more.
their main. That's like their bread and butter. Is
Yep.
like if there's like Asmongold versus Hassan, Rev's gonna make a video.
Oh yeah.
Like that. That's just like that's his main focus.
No, I just give note to the little things that they do on the side because
Of course, yeah.
not everyone will cover a story of something crazy going on up here. Like
Right.
sometimes not everyone can. It's the same with you. Like, not everybody knows of stuff going on in Australia, but
Of course, yeah.
every once in a while it's nice when they can, or at least they try to, because it's like, oh yeah, I've got friends there that I care about,
Yeah. I'm what I refer to as indirectly subbed to a lot of these content creators. Like if a Tozy makes a video, there's a pretty decent chance that one of the channels I watch is going to make a response to a Tozy. So I don't need to subscribe to a Tozy. I'm going to see his video when Mizuki responds to it. I don't need to subscribe to Rev Says Desu because Leaflet or Smug, Alana, or maybe even Asmongold is going to reply to a response video. I don't need to subscribe to Hero Hey. I don't need to subscribe to Cash Jordan. Like, I'm just going to see these videos from the people responding to them. I don't need to go directly to the source. Oh, and JB says he likes Otozi. I'm not sure about how I feel about Otozi. He comes up with some very interesting stories. I will say that.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Terry, where sometimes because Canada is so big, I don't always know about stuff going on in Ontario. Like sometimes I will get heads up from other Americans on the East Coast before I do up here, because
Okay.
our news is kind of weird. Like we do get it. It's just sometimes stuff that happened in the afternoon or in the morning, we don't really get until the evening for some reason.
Hmm.
And I mean, that's just the evening news. It's not saying
Right.
somebody isn't covering it. It's just that's when they direct the news to it.
Yep.
So, like the other week, there were a bunch of fires in Ontario. Like I was hearing some people from the East Coast grumbling about it, and then I get this video last Sunday, maybe.
Mhm.
One of the trains going through that pass had to go through a fire pass. Like they couldn't stop or anything. So
Oh,
their
okay.
train is going through and they're like, are we on fire? I don't know. Just
Yeah.
keep driving. Just keep driving. Don't worry about it. Just keep driving.
Yeah. JB says the sky was orange.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Blue Eyed Screen said that she's been watching a lot of Smug Alana lately. Last year, because like YouTube says your most watched YouTube channel, and apparently Smug Alana was my most watched YouTube channel last year. So that's there you go. I think it would probably be either Leaflet or well, see the thing is, it would be V, except V splits his videos across 3 channels, so it doesn't recognize that it's the same person and that I'm watching 5 videos a day. It thinks I'm watching 1 live stream, 2 lack of entertainment videos, and 2 Romanian TV videos. So it probably isn't going to be V, even though technically it probably is. So yeah, it'd probably be Leaflet or maybe Asmongold. Those probably be the 2 biggest ones
I can find
that I
that.
watch.
I might share that with you, Terry. I
What's
mean, you
that?
guys get your own crazy fires, but
Oh
JB
yeah, yeah, yeah.
mentioned it in the chat just to
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I mean, it's not summer until something's on fire. That's just yeah. There is always something on fire if it's Australian summer.
Let's see
It's
if I
like
can share.
guaranteed. There's gonna be a forest fire somewhere. But yeah, JB says he likes Satoshi because he likes interesting stories. Yeah, I'm not going to take that away from him. He came up. He's the guy who I got the guy who declared himself the king of Switzerland. That was fascinating. That was a really interesting story. And he also told me about the uh, the Chinese assassin who, rather than actually killing the person, hired another assassin, and then that assassin hired another assassin, and there ended up being like 6 assassins, and like no one wanted to do it. They just kept taking the money that they'd been paid and using it to hire a different assassin.
Man, that sucks.
And so in the end, the sixth guy, the final guy, he just went to the target and said, "Look, this is what's happening. Here's the people who are trying to kill you." And unfortunately, like all six of them got arrested, including the guy who just went to the guy and told him what was going on. I think that guy should have been let off.
Yeah, he should have.
But no, it was all six, and they all got something like 5 years in prison for, conspiracy to commit murder or whatever it was.
Which puts the sixth guy in danger. I'm like, geez.
Yeah, for sure. I think he should have been let off because clearly he made no attempt to murder anyone, and he ruined the plans of the conspirators who were trying to kill this guy. So I think,
yeah, which puts him at risk from the other conspirators because he turned them in.
Yeah, no, he should have been let free.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was a really cool story. So I wouldn't have known about that without a Tozy. It's just something about his delivery style. He's just like, I like the stories he comes up with. They're usually very interesting. There's something just about him in general. There's a reason like I don't subscribe to him. Is like I'm happy to see response videos to him. I wouldn't want to watch an Otozi video every time he uploads.
Basically, yeah. I find that, yeah, the responders to him lighten it a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I did like I forget who it was. Someone was being sued. One of the lawsuits. It wasn't Johnny Somali because I know he did get heavily invested in Johnny Somali, but Frogan. I think it was Frogan. He was like trying to travel to a Frogan lawsuit to get footage of that, and I thought that was pretty cool because I was invested in. Frogan defaulted, so it can't have been her. So, but I forget who it was. But there's some lawsuit that he went to, and that was pretty funny because he went to the wrong place, and like he ended up going to the right place, but he didn't. He thought the right place was somewhere else, so he spent like 7 hours driving to the wrong place. He gets there, realizes he was in the right place to begin with, and has to spend 7 hours driving back. So maybe JB will know what video that was because I think he's a lot more of an Otozi fan than I am. So maybe he'll remember what that lawsuit was. But yeah, that was very funny. So yeah, I mean, like I said, he comes up with some very interesting stories and stuff. I prefer the response videos to him rather than watching directly, I suppose. Oh, and JB doesn't know. That is jokes. Yeah, no. I was watching a Mizuki response, and yeah, that was funny because I think it was Colorado. Was it Boise, Idaho? I think is the place. Yeah, he thought it was at Boise, Idaho, so he went there. Then he thought, oh no, wait, it's actually at some other place 7 hours away. And yeah, that was funny. So yeah, I've got nothing against him. He comes up with good stuff. It's just I don't need to watch him directly. It's the same with like Rev and Hero Hey. I can just watch the response videos. But yes, as for the actual topics, what are your thoughts on this Odyssey movie?
So, from my understanding of the people who went, it is a tech. So, if the people that are saying that it's a good film, they're talking about the technical parts of it.
Yeah.
Like if you take the story and the history and all the shenanigans out of it, it is a good technical film. But I've also heard people say that it was a snoozer. Like it's one of those things with Nolan films is that technically they're technically a technical good movie, but even if you were to go with Copenhagen, whatever
Oppenheimer, is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, Copenhagen, the World War II one.
Yeah, I think that was Oppenheimer.
Sorry. My understanding from that one is it's a snoozer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think. Are you familiar with Actual Justice Warrior?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he had a very balanced review. He basically said, in terms of like visual effects, he had a lot of respect for Christopher Nolan refusing to use CGI and doing everything with practical effects. And like a lot of his praise was for elements such as that. But then his criticisms were of the story.
Yes, and that's where I have leaps and leaps of criticism. And no, I'm not going to go see his movie. I saw enough in the clips, and no, it doesn't do justice to a movie. Like, yeah, it does take out of context where you actually had people. But, I don't care. I don't like the destruction of that much. I have leeway for historical things because you're doing it in current day. There's only so much understanding that we have of the past.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see who liked it and who didn't. Ben Shapiro had glowing praise for the movie, and so did Nick Fuentes, which I thought was interesting. Whereas you had, do you know Stelios from the Lotus Eaters? Are you familiar with him?
I probably am, but I it's a phase because I do watch them. I just don't know every phase 2, every name.
He's like the Greek guy, like so he obviously felt very particular about the Odyssey, and he had like a massive post on Twitter. Basically, here's everything Christopher Nolan fucked up with the Odyssey. Well, no, he didn't. He didn't say it like that because he's a very soft-spoken, polite man. But he was like, here's everything Nolan got wrong. And hello to Johnny Hellcat. And Johnny says, using the feminist translation was enough. Yeah. I mean, I was never going to watch it. I don't watch movies to begin with. But Emily Wilson translation of the Odyssey combined with being 3 hours long. Yeah, no thanks.
The way it was described sounds pretty accurate. Like if they're going with the feminist Emily translation,
yeah,
I don't think she's ever read a real translation either. I think she went with like Troy, and that's her translation for the Odyssey.
Yeah. Well, I do think it's funny that from what I heard, Emily Wilson didn't like Christopher Nolan's movie, even though it was based on her translation.
Well, yeah, because everybody is trashing her now for it, and rightfully so. Because
and obviously you've got the casting choices. Like I don't know her name, but the black woman who played Helen of Troy and Elliot Page. The 5'1" soldier in the Greek army that did not look out of place at all.
I died within like 2 minutes of her screenshots, and I'm like, that looks like you guys cut a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
because you knew that it wasn't going well.
Yeah, and so I did see people saying, "All you idiots complaining about nothing." Helen of Troy is only in the movie for like 5 minutes. It's like, yeah. That doesn't matter. That actually makes it worse. Because I think it was V was pointing out, if you're replacing a main character, that kind of makes sense because maybe the actor doesn't look the role, but they're just such a good actor that it's worth taking the hit to cast them in this movie. If your character is only in the movie for 5 minutes, then just get someone who looks the role. Obviously, it's not an important character.
It's also ironic that the black girl is the one who's really violently trying to kill her husband.
Yes.
Like stereotypes much?
Yeah. I mean, FBI crime statistics. Who knew that Nolan was a fan?
I really dislike the anti-Greek thing that they had going.
Obviously everyone's pointing out you spent the last 10 years saying representation matters, and then when it comes to the Odyssey, not a single Greek person in the movie.
And like the actors almost flat out like antagonizing towards that. Like, oh well, nobody said that the Odyssey was a Greek thing, and it's like, well, no, actually it is.
Obviously it is. And one of the dumbest things I saw was someone said, well, Greece is closer to Africa than it is to some other place. And it's like, it makes sense that there'd be black people in there. But okay, if you're willing to have white people play like Zulu warriors because, hey, Africa and Greece are next to each other, let's just throw a Greek actor in as Shaka Zulu. If you're actually going to be okay with that, then sure, make that argument. I guarantee they're not.
It's also, there's a lot of scenes where it throws everyone off when all of a sudden they're using Viking boats and shit.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I'm just like, okay, so listen, the fight in the Odyssey, like the two warring tribes, one is technically from what is now Italy, and the other is from Greece. So
Yes.
one is going to be using Roman boats, and the other is going to be using Greek boats, or
And
whatever
neither is going to
boats
be
they have
using
from that,
Norse boats.
or whatever boats they had from that region, because
Yeah.
like Italy at the time had different regions too. It wasn't just fucking Rome, so
Right.
it could have been an entirely different region too. It's a lot of that stuff where I'm just like, that takes that does take people out.
Yeah,
It
of course
takes
it does. One of the complaints was there's an Indian guy, like they say,
yeah.
"Who are you?" and an Indian guy says, "We are Greek." I was like, "Really? You sure about that?"
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know who was planning for it, but I don't know that they're necessarily going to lose money, but I don't think it's going to be a hit. I don't.
Yeah, I think there's no chance that it loses money. I think Christopher Nolan, just that name alone basically guarantees a success. The fact that you've also got like Matt Damon and like big name actors playing significant roles, yeah, I think it's going to do well. It's not going to do as well as they wanted it to do, I don't think, but
Yeah, that's what I'm
only
at.
only a fool would think it's going to fail.
Yeah, I think if it's gonna flop, it's gonna flop as a Nolan film.
Yeah, it'll be
Like
bad
it'll,
by Nolan standards, but it won't be bad objectively. Yeah.
yeah, that's where I'm at.
Hmm.
Um,
And Johnny in chat says, "I am Greek. Thank you. Come again."
yeah, it's just the absolute, like it was almost like lashing out at the Greeks. I'm like, what have the Greeks done? Like and they took tax dollars from them too. That was the other
Yes.
thing I found out like ages ago from Metatron, that they because Greece was happy that they were going to do this film. Like they thought they were going to film it in like locations that would fucking matter.
Yes. And hello to Cryptic in chat. So
And I'm actually blown by that, Terry. Like I know that these people are pompous rich assholes, but
yeah,
imagine blowing up a chance to kind of learn about Greece.
yeah. No, I think Greek mythology is very, very interesting. And if Hollywood wasn't infested with leftist retards, you can make like a very, very interesting retelling of the like it's been done before. There's been other adaptations of the Odyssey into film, and they've all been like really good. But yeah, the fact that the point was clearly rage baiting the chuds to some extent, I think that obviously hurts the movie. And like Blue Ice Cream is saying in chat, they'll make money from the hate watchers. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't hate watch these things. Like that should go without saying. Like if you want them to stop making these movies, stop financially rewarding them for making these movies. Like
That's why I didn't mind hearing out the geeks and gamers, because a lot of them are willing to point out like factual things, like if you're just into the Nolan films for the technical thing, yeah, a lot of people are happy with the movie. They are,
yeah,
because that's what they wanted.
yeah, exactly.
And not everybody is into the history thing the way that like some people are very passionately into the history.
Yeah.
I got the feeling that some of it gave off feelings of fan fiction writing because of the script.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. Like, I mean, you can make a technical, I guess, movie look good that way. I just
one of the things that Actual Justice Warrior pointed out was they completely changed Odysseus's motivation.
yeah.
And by changing it, the Odyssey no longer makes sense. Like, because in the original, and like I'm a bad Greek. I haven't read the Iliad or the Odyssey. I know broad strokes the events, but he was saying that the whole like incident with the Cyclops, where he blinds the Cyclops and he says his name is Nobody, so that the Cyclops says nobody is attacking me. So like that lets him. But then Odysseus's hubris has him proclaim, "I am Odysseus, king of the world," kind of thing. And through that, the Cyclops learns his name, can pray to Poseidon. Poseidon then blows him off course, and Odysseus overcoming his hubris is like the point of the story.
Mhm.
But Nolan changed it to he feels guilty about using the Trojan horse to win the battle of to win the Trojan War. It's like, well, okay, so then why does he go in the Odyssey? What's the point of the Odyssey? What prompts him to do that if all he's feeling is guilty about winning a war? And so yeah, I mean it's a good point. And Johnny says he'll hate not watch the movie. This is correct. This is what you should do.
It's one of those things where it conflicts itself. Like Nolan wants something that kind of looks like it could be mythical or it could be historical, but at the same time he wants it to come from modern day thinking, and that conflates it. I'm like, if you're gonna take it to a modern feel, make it a modern film. It's not unheard of to have an Odyssey done in the modern era. You could do that. You're going to have to really fabricate some of the mythical creatures, but I could imagine a Cyclops in this day and era. It's just a giant dude with one eye, right? So, maybe there's a guy who just covers one eye, or what looks like one eye. You just don't know he only has one.
Yeah. And apparently Tia has read both books, and the Cyclops was the son of Poseidon. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That explains why he prayed to Poseidon. And he should not have felt bad about winning the Trojan War, because of course he shouldn't. Like, you don't need to justify that. You don't feel bad for winning a war. You're supposed to try and win the war. That's retarded.
And back in that day and era, they sure weren't.
Yeah. So to clarify, I'm calling Christopher Nolan retarded, not you, Tia, just in case that came across wrong.
Like back in the day,
you are retarded, but for other reasons. So just so we're clear.
Yeah, no, the Christopher Nolan just like ran off a cliff with this, and I get that he wants to be best buddies with all his woke Hollywood friends and stuff, but I'm like, your inaccuracies, man. Like, I haven't watched any of his other films either. Like, and I've heard some of them are really good, but like, I'm like, I question those now a lot too, because like, what did you twist in those?
The Nolan movie I've seen is the one where Heath Ledger is the Joker, whichever Batman movie that is. Dark Knight, I think it's called The Dark Knight. Anyway, someone in chat will know the name of the movie. The one where Heath Ledger is the Joker, the famous Batman movie. Heath Ledger is the Joker.
Yeah, I like that one, but
yeah, that's the only Christopher Nolan movie I've seen, as far as I'm aware.
But I also like that one because of Heath Ledger, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's basically the reason I watched it. I watched it because everyone was saying Heath Ledger's performance was really, really good. So, yeah, I watched it. And honestly, I couldn't stand Christian Bale. I thought his growly voice, if I talk like this, I'm Batman. I thought that just completely ruined the movie. I couldn't stand it.
I found myself liking the Joker more, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, Heath Ledger was the whole thing that saved that movie. Because if it was, 2 hours of, I am Batman because I talk like this and I have a very growly voice, I would have stopped watching after 15 minutes.
I'm sad that he died too. I really kind of wonder what he thought of that shit.
Yeah. Blue Eyed Scream says, "Wow, Terry watched a movie." Yeah, I don't do it often, as is known, but yeah, I did see The Dark Knight. At least I'm thinking that's the name of the movie. Someone in chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but
I think it is.
I know there's also The Dark Knight Rises, and I don't think it's that one. I think it was just The Dark Knight is the name of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny says his voice was super gravelly compared to Batman Begins. I didn't watch Batman Begins. Mostly because I knew Heath Ledger wasn't in it, right? And so it would be like 2 hours of gravelly Christian Bale, and I was not going to subject myself to that.
Oh. You're not wrong, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a diehard Batman fan. I enjoy the character, but if watching a Batman movie means I'm going to have to listen to Christian Bale like hurt his throat by growling for 2 hours, no, I'm not going to. Like, I have the option of not doing that, so I will not do that. So yeah, no, I'm not really a diehard fan of really anything. Like, there is nothing that I would be like, I like this IP so much that it doesn't matter that everything about this is shit, it's still the thing I like. I don't think I feel that way about anything.
It's one of the things that I disagree with Hollywood on. And it's not just Hollywood. I put all TV types into the Hollywood category.
Yeah.
But like with the Game of Thrones, the guy who played out as Joffrey, I honestly was. I know they were like, well, he gets typecast as a villain. And I'm like, somebody who actually knows how to bring out all the features of what a psycho or a sociopath or somebody with narcissism, all of those kind of things, they're really good. So, I know it's the typecast fear. Don't necessarily typecast him. See what it is that he can do.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm not a professional actor, but I think being typecast can be okay because like there were plenty of very successful character actors in the past where like they had one thing that they did. Like I'm not a John Wayne fan, but it seemed like basically every movie he played the same character. Like it might have a different name, but basically he was playing John Wayne, and that's fine. He had a very successful career. I don't have a problem with like someone having a career where they're really really good at one particular kind of character. That's fine. And Johnny says I'm showing my Aussie pride. To be clear, I watched it because I heard Heath Ledger gave a good performance, not because I like Heath Ledger. I'm indifferent to most Hollywood actors, Heath Ledger included. If they'd said he did a terrible job, I would have just not watched the movie. But everyone had such glowing praise for Heath Ledger's Joker that I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to see this movie. So no, not Aussie pride.
For me, it was because I knew Heath from like at least a couple of different movies. Like I remember he was in The Night Story and a couple of others. And
he was in 10 Things I Hate About You, I believe. So yeah, he was a known actor, but yeah, I'm fine with him. He's not someone that I would avoid a movie because of, but not someone that I would watch a movie because of either.
I wouldn't say that he was the best Joker, but he did do. I thought he did a good job for what he created, because he has a more grungy version of a Joker. Like he's a more realistic looking dude for one.
Yeah.
And he did pull off stuff where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's freakish. Like, because the Joker is like that. Like he is this guy who goes from being laughy, silly to he's a fucking psychopath.
Oh yeah. This is like tangential, but there's a video game, but more like interactive story, I guess. The Walking Dead games.
Yes, I've never played them, but I
yeah. It's basically that, but it's Batman, and it was Bruce Wayne and John Doe, because obviously no one knows the Joker's real name, so they just called him John Doe. But they become friends, and like you control like how badly the Joker like goes insane. By like if you're mean to him, he goes a different kind of insane than if you're nice to him. But like at the end of the story, he goes insane. It's a Joker origin story, but it's just funny. It's like if you're nice to him, then he's a different kind of insane than if you're hostile towards him. And I thought it was like a really cool story. Tia says he was a great Joker compared to Jared Leto. I have never seen Jared Leto's Joker, so I will take you at your word. I have not heard anything good about Jared Leto as the Joker.
I didn't watch
anything good about Jared Leto. Full stop. To be honest,
I didn't watch it for that reason too. Like no shade to the guy, but his looked like the Joker is a crackhead.
Yeah, kind of. From the clips I've seen. JB says the second Joker movie sucked. I have only seen the first one, and only because that was like a huge deal. Everyone was talking about it when it came out. So I saw the first one. It was decent. I liked the bit where what's his face, Robert De Niro gets shot in the head. That was probably the best part of the movie. And I had no interest in the sequel, so I didn't watch it.
The other Joker that I have I like, but I know it's probably bias, is Jack Nicholson. Not because I think he was a great Joker. It's not that. He pulled out the shining in the Joker.
Yeah. I think hands down the best Joker, Cesar Romero. Hands
Yeah.
down. The face paint over the mustache, like you can clearly see he has a mustache, and rather than shave it off, they just put white, like the white face paint just covers his whole face, including his mustache. It's glorious.
Well, that's a Joker thing to do.
Yeah,
That's
no, I think Cesar Romero is the best Joker, and Meredith Burgess is the best Penguin. Sorry, Danny, you did all right in what is it,
this
Batman
the
Returns?
Batman Returns. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, um, but no, you got nothing on Burgess. Burgess is the Penguin, and I forget I forget the name of the Riddler. It's like Frank Gorshin or something like that. Was also the best Riddler. Sorry, Jim Carrey, you got nothing on the classics.
Well, Jim Carrey is his own character. Like, I actually
Yeah.
don't mind how he did in Sonic. He actually did okay that way. Like, when they actually worked on his character more, he fit the character pretty well. Like, no, he's not a fat character like the character in the cartoon becomes, but
Yeah.
like he managed to pull out the madhouse because he has been the Mask before. It's just sometimes he pulls out just enough of the wacky to fit it, but there's just some characters where it's not really about them being wacky.
Yeah, because I think the Mask, he was perfect. He was perfectly cast for the Mask.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like with the Joker, yes, he can be funny, but because he's a psychopath, it changes his mindset and his mentality. Yeah. You know, so he's a chaos box. That's why he's kind of a little bit scary because he could suddenly like you, and then all of a sudden, I want to fuck you over.
Yeah. And so Tia has given us his rankings of different Jokers. So Cesar Romero, Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix, that one kid in high school, and then Jared Leto is at the very last one. So I think I largely agree.
Whereas the character that Jim was supposed to be portraying, and I'm flopping on his name, even though I remember what he looked like in the cartoon. Yes, he's a little bit of a jokester. He's also he's based off of riddles, which means he's crafty. He's all about being crafty. He's trying to outwit you.
And one Joker that Tia left off his list, and I guess it makes sense because it's animated, but Mark Hamill is also known for playing the Joker in the animated series. So you need to amend your rankings, Tia. Throw Mark Hamill in there.
Yeah, I would say if they were going to go with Jim and like they redid it, they'd have to rewrite his script so it's actually more clever. Because Jim can be clever. You just have to write it that way.
Oh, and Frosted says playing a crazy guy isn't very difficult for Jack Nicholson. Probably not. And also hello to Frosted.
It's stuff that I learned this week that I should have known but didn't know, Terry. So out of all of the characters that Disney's had to illustrate, Robin Williams was probably the most difficult because every time he would talk, he would pull out a new character.
Yeah.
It was basically, do we keep that one or do we let that one go? Because our animators have to draw that shit.
Yeah. No, I think Robin Williams as the genie was another really good casting decision. I think the personality of the genie, he was perfect. He was very good.
He's one of those ones that I'll always be sad that he's gone, but he was one of those treats that I hope Disney appreciates because yes, he was an adult comedian. He was very smooth at knowing, okay, this is for kids, all right? So yes, I'm joking, but they have to be child friendly.
Yeah, he was still Robin was a bit too manic for me. Like, I mean, I'm like, he's very, very high energy. Like, if you go back and watch something like Mork and Mindy or his stand up, he's like very, very high energy. A bit too much for me. I respect that he is like very good at what he does, but there's a reason like he's perfect for someone like Genie from Aladdin, but I don't know that I would consider myself a huge Robin Williams fan, except in like roles where he's meant to be that way.
I think his earlier years, and I don't mean to throw this towards him, but I'm probably not wrong. I think during the years when he was in his stand up, I think he was doing drugs, Terry. I'm going to be real.
Oh, 100%. No question. I think it was like
Because
on cocaine or something like that.
yeah, because there is a time period where it looks like he was weaning off of it, probably fatherhood. You know,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you become a dad and you're like, maybe I should cut that shit
Yeah,
out.
for sure. Yeah, no, having kids generally does make people realize they need to be more responsible.
But yeah, the stand up, I was like that too. Like there was something speeding him up where I was just like, this is a little bit.
Yeah.
But when he
And
toned it down, I was like, no, I'm good.
yeah, yeah, I think it's something that has come with age because when I was watching Mork and Mindy as a child, I loved it because I was also hyperactive and full of energy because I was like 6. But as a 45-year-old, I am not anymore, and so I don't have quite the stomach for that kind of high stress portrayal of a character that.
No, I usually go back to most of his Disney or his later stuff because he was always a comedian, but like he did do other roles like Patch
Yeah,
Adams and stuff where it was more serious and
yeah, the one where he plays, was it 1 Hour Photo?
mhm.
I don't remember anything about the movie, but um I remember hearing everyone say he did a really good job in that movie.
Yeah, he was able to pull out other range. I think that was one of the
Yeah.
things that he tried to do towards the end of his life was to be like, yes, I'm funny, but I can do other things too.
A lot of comedians feel that comedy isn't taken seriously. So if they want to be taken seriously as an actor, most of them feel compelled to try more serious roles. Like Jim Carrey did the same
Mhm.
thing. He did what was it? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Is like it had some pretentious name. I haven't seen the movie, but like he tried doing more serious roles, and yeah, I think there's this perception that if all you do is comedy, you're not a proper actor and you won't be taken seriously.
I got that impression from Goldie Hawn too. Like
Yeah.
because some of her interviews, she won't work with people because she did try to take on more serious roles, and people kept bad mouthing her because, yeah, most of her roles are comedies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is it, her accent? Because that's fucking rude.
I mean, I have no problems with people being more like wanting to diversify and not wanting to be typecast, but I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with like if Jerry Seinfeld decided he wanted to be a more serious actor, I probably would not be interested in that in the slightest. I think he's good, like he was good in Seinfeld,
Mhm.
and I'm sure he's good in other things that I haven't seen where he's being funny, but like he should just look, his job is funny. He doesn't need to be like serious. He's very successful at funny. I think he's probably better off sticking with funny, and most people known purely for comedy probably should stay there. I, I think there's nothing shameful about being known for comedy.
unless unless you're really holding something special. Like I know some
Mm.
people are oddities like God, I'm flaking on Gary Oldman. Yeah, the
Okay,
chameleon.
yeah.
um
Well, well, like I said, I've got nothing against. Like, if Gary
yeah.
Oldman wants to do a bunch of different, that's also fine. I'm just saying I don't think there should be this pressure on comedians that they're inferior to drama actors.
He's been in so many roles, Terry, that if I told you he's been in roles where he's been like the side guy for comedy.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you can do both, that's fine. I'm just saying that there seems to be this perception that comedy is a lesser form of entertainment and that proper actors only do drama. And like I reject that. I think um, you can be a very successful comedy actor, and that is like its own thing. You don't need to then, well, now that I'm successful, I have to start doing drama because otherwise no one will take me seriously. No, no, no. Be taken seriously as an extremely good comedy performer.
Also, that's Hollywood snobbery anyway.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
don't let the Hollywood snobs tell you what is and isn't good acting, because
Well, exactly. Yeah.
a lot of the most serious people couldn't tell a joke. They really couldn't.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I actually think doing comedy is harder than doing drama because what's funny is incredibly personal. Like what I find funny, someone else might not. Whereas to be dramatic, most people respond to the same dramatic cues, but humor is like very, very personal. So it's probably a lot harder to do than you know, a serious movie. And apparently it's Blue White Scream's birthday from the fact that Tira's wishing her a happy birthday.
Oh, I didn't know. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, she says she's about to turn 50 in 2 hours. Well, happy birthday! We won't be streaming in 2 hours, so I'll have to wish you a happy birthday now.
If you're going to light up all the candles, at least get some marshmallows. That's a good time for some s'mores. In fact, your cake should be s'mores.
Yes,
Big giant s'more cake.
and yeah, Johnny says that's why comedians who turn serious actors rarely go back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's this perception that comedy isn't real acting, and it's like baby's first acting job. You're like, okay, he's an actor, but he's a comedy actor. He's not a proper real actor. So yeah, I reject that idea completely.
Yeah, that's Hollywood snobbery. I think that is
Yeah.
them and it does create that blacklist of actors that are like, honestly, they were really talented. So like,
Yeah.
I've said, or I think a couple times tonight, sometimes it's the villain that I really like because it's a really
Yeah.
well done villain. Like, do I think that Heath was the best villain? No, but I liked his version. It's a
Sure.
different version of that character, yeah, because it seems to be the case that that's what's going to happen because every actor has their own view of what Psycho and this character is, and I think that's human but I think that's interesting, though. I find that kind of stuff fascinating. I just don't like when they shit on characters. Like if your goal in a movie is to shit on a character because you're from that side of Hollywood, go.
Yeah, and Frosted points out, but I was thinking but didn't actually say, which is you don't get Oscars for comedies, so
True.
there's also that pressure to do dramas.
And that's yeah, Hollywood snobbery. They should have had a
Yeah.
category for it, but you know.
Yeah. No, I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think do what you're good at. Like I would rather a comedic actor stay a comedic actor and be extremely successful than try and fail to be a serious actor because then there's no more comedy movies with the funny actor. So I don't want them to destroy their careers or potentially destroy their careers trying to be something that they're not. Just be happy that you're making people laugh.
It's also the mood that customers are in anyway. You know, that's another thing with Hollywood is they'll pick people for rewards that no one really went to see the movie for in the first place.
Yeah. The Academy is horribly out of touch with what the regular, like the general public, is actually interested in. And Blue Eyed Scream says the better comedy actors often say that they're depressed. I know Robin Williams was, but yeah, it kind of makes sense from the way I've heard it explained. Their depression is such that they don't want other people to feel bad. So if they can bring like brightness to other people, then that's something that they value very highly because they know how bleak life gets without it. So they're trying to prevent other people from feeling the way they feel. So, I mean, it quite possibly is a correlation.
It's one of those videos that I rewatch and I do feel a little bit sad when I do. But it's Robin's interactions with Coco kind of screams somebody who's depressed. Like he is doing something that he enjoys. Yeah, he is doing something that he's going to remember for his whole life. But he's trying to bond with another creature and with a great ape. Yeah, absolutely. Because
it's not so great.
Not like that. Sorry, you know what I meant.
No,
Like,
I know.
it's the thing with a gorilla or like a big ape.
Yeah, yeah.
That their whole species is based off of bonding with each other.
Yeah. Frosted says it's more impressive when a serious actor manages to do comedy well. Liam Neeson is actually hilarious.
Mhm.
Like, I was impressed when I saw him on Life's Too Short because he's like completely like he's basically like Leslie Nielsen, where the whole joke is that what he's doing is utterly absurd, but he's taking it deathly serious.
He's good at the
And
deadpan.
yeah, so he's like, I'd like to do some improvisational comedy. And it's like, okay. And so like he's like, knock knock, who's it? We're closed. It's like it's like and then he says, I think in order to do the sketch, the shop does have to be open. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, no. So then it's like, I'm sorry, I've got cancer. I got it from a prostitute in Africa.
Well, I
And
think
like,
that's sorry, I cut you
no,
off.
no, and like he says it like completely straight faced. It's like as if this is the character is just happens to have gotten AIDS from a African prostitute, and like Ricky and Steven are like very uncomfortable with the direction the improv is going, and Liam Neeson is just like obliviously just piling on all the crazy shit.
Well, I think it's a bit of the difference between Hollywood and the British side of it,
Yeah,
because the Brits still take a little bit of a more traditional view on theater. You know, because a lot of their traditional comedians are like they were knighted. Some of them weren't they?
yeah, for sure.
You know, they're
And I think
absolutely
Monty Python got knighted.
yeah, like they're absolutely respected for what they can do. Um, it's yeah, I think it's a Hollywood thing. I think they turn their nose up at it, and I'm like,
Yeah. And Frosted says that's why Liam Neeson was the perfect choice for the new Naked Gun. I haven't seen it, but from the clips on Twitter, yes, he was perfect for the role. He was very, very well cast.
it's stuff like some of my buddies will keep clips of things like brains, faggots. Just so you know, it's a meal. It comes in a
Yeah.
plastic container, and it's a meatball
Okay.
in a sauce. But the joke is that they giggle at the commercial because it's called brains, and then
Yeah. And JB is quoting from the movie Ted, where oh no, Silver Raven is quoting from the movie Ted. Sorry, with the cereal with like tricks is for kids, and he's like treating it as if it's like, am I breaking the law by buying this cereal when I'm not a child? Yeah, that's another one. He was. I haven't seen Ted, but I have seen that one thing with Liam Neeson buying the cereal, and yeah, he's very very good. I've got to admit, I was extremely impressed with Liam Neeson as a comedy actor.
Liam trying. I'd like to see Liam trying trick cereals when he would be like, "This doesn't look like the shit we had as a kid." Because I used to have shapes when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then the next box he's gonna get is gonna be very different because they're getting rid of a lot of the dyes right now, Terry. So cereals like Trix are probably gonna be toned down colors, which I agree with.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I have no idea what Trix even is. Like, I know it's a breakfast cereal, but I don't know what kind of breakfast cereal because we don't have it down here. So it could be anything from cornflakes to Cocoa Puffs.
So they are a corn based cereal, but think Fruit Loops. But
Okay, so they like Fruit Loops. Okay.
But they change. So they used to come in fruit shapes because they're basically telling you they're supposed to be fruit flavors, but kind of like Fruit Loops, it's all one flavor. And, they just dye it so it looks like it's going to be a different flavor.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not a cereal eater. Well, I suppose in the sense that I eat all the time, sure, but like I don't eat cereal because like cereal has two meanings. So yes, I don't eat a lot of breakfast cereal or any actually.
I don't anymore. One, it's a really good way to get fat.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. And two, cereal went from the cheap food that you could get to yeah, you're going to want to space that out if you do that.
I know that a lot of the kids cereals are very, very full of sugar.
Yeah.
Like stuff like the Cocoa Pops and like Fruit Loops have like insanely high sugar. You get some stuff like bran, like I forget the name of it, but it's like bran flakes or something,
Yeah.
and like that just is straight bran. It tastes awful, but it won't make you fat.
Yeah, it's the kids cereals. Like I don't get them very often because they
Yeah.
are sugar. They are just because the sugar is meant to. So what they did is they made cereal with a bunch of vitamins, and the vitamins
Yeah,
taste like shit. So they cover up
yeah,
the vitamins with sugar. So it's
that's
like,
what
oh
they always.
yeah,
This reminds me, someone thought I should be a nutritionist because I had this highly specialized knowledge. So they were eating something and saying, it's like really delicious, but I can't believe it's got no fat in it. I said, it's probably got a lot of sugar instead, though. And he says, no, 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 there's no fat. I was like, no, 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 sugar and fat are not the same thing. And he's like, then why do you get fat if you eat too much sugar? I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. No, I mean, I explained it to them. I basically said that when you eat sugar, your body turns it into energy. And then if your body doesn't use that energy, it gets stored as fat. And
yeah.
like that's, basic, digestion. And like, she's like, wow, you should be a nutritionist. How do you know that? It's like, I don't
To a
know how
certain,
I know that. I thought it was common knowledge.
yeah, it's a problem. I mean, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. I knew kids who would load up their bowls with sugar anyway. Like if they were
Yeah.
doing the brand shit, there was sugar going on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
to a
like, there's
certain,
people who like put honey and stuff on their
yeah.
cereal. It's like, you can add more sugar. There's always a way to add more sugar.
So I'm not opposed to some cereals already having some sugar in it. It's just
Yeah.
how much and like where like if I could shake the bottom of the bag where the cereal was, and 2/3 of it is sugar, that was too much sugar.
A little bit, a little bit.
Like,
Uh, uh,
also, if the food dye is, yeah, I agree with that because some of those dyes really are probably not healthy.
of course, yeah.
So,
But we have actually hit our time,
yeah, oh my
so
god, holy
that
shit,
went really fast.
we didn't even talk about pasta. You should eat some pasta.
Well, we didn't talk about the two other topics. We didn't talk about the transgender Florida person either. But that's
Yeah.
okay. People basically know what happened there. But anyway, thank you, chat, for coming out. Thank you, Jen, for keeping me company.
All right.
And we will see you guys next week.
All right. Well, have a good one, Terry. I hope you enjoy your lunch.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't actually get pasta stuck in your head, but pasta's not a bad choice.
Yeah. Well, I'll just eat whatever's in my fridge. So I don't. But see you later, guys.
Have a good one, guys.